Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Slayer here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Christmas update for Armour Attack. We've got lots of new goodies in store, new weapon, new map, and a new event that's incoming. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. With the new update, version 102, we've had a very big major rebalance of a lot of different weapons, mechs. It's a very long list and we'll go through them all. To talk about them, so for everyone's knowledge. So the Hermits have received a 10% increase to the healing rate, so it should make them feel a little like they can survive a little bit longer. Before they felt like they could just go down very quickly by other factions, could be taken out quite quickly, so 10% healing rate hopes to rebalance them in the fact that they can survive a little bit longer. Broodkeeper has had its healing enhanced, its ability healing enhanced. It's got an increased damage output with its ability as well. Hopefully this means that Broodkeeper, when it's using its ability, should feel a little bit stronger. We've also got another one is a Torrent that's been rebalanced. It used to perform very well between ranges 100 to 200 metres, and whilst it's got a limit of 200 metres, it still felt like it was pretty strong at that range. It's not intended to feel like that, so the devs have increased the spread, so now its optimal range is 120 metres to 150 metres. Don't get me wrong, it still feels fairly strong at 200 metres, and will perform obviously well under the 120 metres. But obviously that's its ideal range. To compensate for the increase in spread, they've actually increased the damage by 5%, so I think it's a very good rebalance because you've got a bit of a trade-off there, but it does mean that it's not like a sniper at 200 metres that beams, and which it did feel like. They also noticed that the Hornet was less effective than Torrent, even with its increased range of 350 metres, sorry. Not 300 metres, 350 metres compared to 200 metres from the Torrent. It still felt less effective and didn't do its job as well. To compensate for that, they've increased the damage by 10%, so it does feel a little bit stronger. I mean, personally for me, I wouldn't use the Hornet, but I mean it's a good viable option if you're running it with Magnums now. Does have that good range and it's a good combination, especially if you're sticking at range with it. They have given the Germinators a buff. The spread force players to get to point blank range in order to be effective. As such, they've decreased the spread by 25%, not 20%, 25%. Can't read my own handwriting. Noticeably as well, Geyser was a challenging weapon to use due to its 100 metre range. I can easily see why that is, because you have got to get quite close for you to be in range to be able to use a weapon. As such, they've made it feel a lot more rewarding and have increased the damage by 10%, so it's a really strong weapon now. It was fairly strong before, but now it is definitely strong. And with the new Broodkeeper rework, it's definitely a perfect combo, and it's like a match made in heaven, especially given Broodkeeper's ability works at close range, which is what the Geyser does. So it's a very good combo. Now I really would suggest you checking it out. I mean, it's definitely up there now for combinations for the Hermit faction. The Orcum was too convenient in terms of stats. What they've done is they've increased the reload. They have also noticed that it's powerful, and it may be down to the level 9 upgrade where users can reload 2 rounds simultaneously. The devs have said is they'll revisit it in the future. Not sure what that means. It might mean that they're going to change its level 9 so it doesn't reload 2 and instead does something else. I don't think the devs are too sure what they're going to do there, but I think I'm inferring that that's what it means. Obviously nothing confirmed at this stage. I will update you all once I do know more. And we'll move away from the Hermits now. There are lots for the Hermits in this update. We'll move on to the Imperials. They've just had a slight change to one of the weapons, the repeaters. So they wanted them to feel very different, noticeably different anyway, from the autocannon. So what they've done is they've given it a 20% slower fire rate in between bursts, but instead now it deals 10% more damage. Good trade-off. I mean, it certainly does feel strong. Is it as strong as it was before? Probably not, so it might be a bit of a nerf. But yeah, I think it was necessary because it did feel very similar to autocannon. And that's the only rebalance we've had for the Imperials. So move on over to the Bastions. The only thing that they've had is the suppressors have received a 10% increase to the damage. Now that's definitely a more noticeable thing in the higher tiers. They certainly definitely underperformed in comparison to other weapons. Lower level didn't have a problem of it. When you got to like high levels like level 7, 8 and 9, you did notice that they kind of underperformed, so this 10% is definitely necessary. And with that they've also received a redesign, got a more military and sleek look, and I do really dig the new looks and style of them, so they're both really good. That suppressors is both the suppressors and a heavy suppressor, just for a reference. And we'll move on to now new stuff. So they were rebalances that we've had, but the new stuff that we've got a new weapon for the Hermits. It's called Maelstrom. It's basically a heavy torrent. It's got 70 ammo and will fully reload its full magazine in 6.02 seconds. It's got DPS of 7,400, so it's very strong. Maybe a little bit too strong, but maybe that's the nature of the torrents and now Maelstrom. I guess we'll see what happens with the devs. Devs might decide to nerf it, they might decide it's balanced as it is. I guess we'll see what happens with the general community. I feel like it could be just a little bit too powerful, but it depends because I've not really played against players. So I played against data, so it did feel a little bit strong, but we'll see how it plays against players. Although we'll not only add it looks really cool and sounds really cool, so it's a good weapon. It's a good weapon, good addition to the Hermits. The Hermits have also received a new mech. The new mech is called Odalisk. It's got 2 medium weapons and 1 heavy. Its ability is called Dauntless Descent. What it does is it takes off and then swiftly glides down, and while gliding down the character takes less damage. What this means is it'll take up and it's got a 50% damage resistance when gliding. It's about 4 seconds. It's balanced in my opinion. It has a cooldown of 35 seconds, which is long, but then it's got damage resistance. I feel like it's fairly balanced. You definitely are only going to want to dive into enemies when you've got your ability charge, because it's really good. It's very good at fighting anybody who's got burst weapons. If you're fighting a Shroud Goliath and you're diving down, obviously their big burst, they lose 50% of their damage due to your damage resistance, so it's a very good mech. It has actually, in my opinion, taken the top spot for my favourite mech in any mech game, previously held by Auchun from War Robots as a little sneak peek into my past. It's got 225,000 HP, and if you upgrade it so down the path of 2 survival, it'll have 259,000 HP. It has 36 km/h speed, which is actually tied with Creeper for the fastest mech in the game. It's very interesting, but its manoeuvrability is something to be desired, but it's kind of drone-like and hovers above the ground, so I like it. I think it's pretty good, pretty cool mech. Yeah, and we've also got a new map. We've got a Shipyard TDM, Team Deathmatch, and unlike Bastion's Terminals TDM, it's a different map altogether. It's not actually taking the other shipyard and shrinking the area down. Instead, actually, we've now got a whole new map. It's got multiple layers with many lifts and conveyor belts, so really well designed map. It's got a big submarine in the centre, and it looks like the submarine is like a bit of a repair dock for it. Very cool map. very interesting. We'll be looking forward to definitely playing more matches on that map. It's very, very well designed. Hats off to you, Keck. Very good map. And some other things we've got is there's Christmas decor around each map. In Bastion's Terminal, there's like a Christmas tree in the centre. Opposite to boss side, that is. Should call them the sides, but opposite to boss side, it's got like a Christmas tree, and you'll notice there's lights everywhere, and baubles, and I think it just looks really Christmassy. It makes the maps feel a lot more homely. And there is a new event, a Christmas event, the first event, I believe it is the first event anyway. And it starts on 19th of December, which makes me think this update is coming out very soon, so you should look forward to that. And I think that just about wraps it up for the new update, version 1.102. So yeah, I mean, it's a good update. It's got certainly a lot of changes, so it's very interesting. I'm interested to hear what everyone's opinion is. But yeah, I'll put some action clips showcasing some of the maps, the mechs, the new changes. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you soon. Thank you for watching the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. To the devs, if you're watching this video, amazing update, keep up the good work. It really does show. Thank you, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.